How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. So a question that comes to mind in regards to, what's going on nowadays is, the myth of, well, not the myth, the idea of the United States becoming more and more of a cashless society has been growing and growing more and more, especially due to today's virus and the way that the economy is basically being reshaped and whatnot. Because one thing that I'm seeing more and more of, and I can say this with a lot of sincerity, I'm seeing a lot more of, especially in the media and on social media, is basically stating that every day that there's a huge shortage of coins, and therefore you have a lot more places stating that they're not going to accept cash anymore due to the lack of coins and things of that nature, and the lack of cash. Now, I knew back this is because of some issues, I guess, within the manufacturing of the products from the Treasury Department. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I've not done all the research in that regards. I know that there's a shortage, and that's enough for me because, I knew back in my mind that cash would become, quote unquote, irrelevant in the U.S. economy, but I never thought that it would happen so soon. However, in 2020, more and more businesses and people are having no choice but to adapt to the digital payment / currency economy. The article that I read regarding this matter stated, and I quote, "As digital payments spread from coastal coffee shops to rural restaurants, business owners, lawmakers, and consumers across America are asking themselves this question. And depending on where you live, the concept of cashless is either a heated debate, the wave of the future, or a term one has never even heard before." And I keep forgetting that in all aspects, everyone keep trying to find something to debate about nowadays. It's like, I decided to go to the bathroom today, so let's debate about that. That's kind of the society we're moving into now. Hey, he's wearing black today, and I think he should be wearing blue. It's just, society's kind of gotten a little stupid in this regards. Everybody wants to get offended about everything, but that's just my personal opinion on that one. But anyways, I guess since I'm in the millennial category, I am for a cashless society because 9 times out of 10, I do not utilize cash. I utilize credit or debit cards daily. I mean, the article that I read stated, where the debate does exist, it highlights the growing tension between an evolving consumer payments landscape, desire for increased business efficiency, and a growing concern that the and underbanked consumers may be marginalized in a cashless economy. Now, how true is it? It is definitely up for debate. But I always forget that there is a significant population out here that does not actually own a bank account and probably never will, or are in the category of being underbanked, which really puzzles me because, there are more and more online banking institution platforms being created nowadays, even with PayPal, Stash, Acorn, Cash App. I know a lot of people that don't have a bank account, but they have Cash App. So there's one way or another, there's a way to get some digital currency going on. You got cryptocurrency, you got the Karatbars International, you buy gold and whatnot, and you turn your cash money into gold and things of that nature. And you can use a specific card or whatnot to utilize that money that you get. So, we are in the digital age, period, which really, that's just what it is, Now, digital payments may have been on the rise, and according to the FDIC, which is the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which is a federal entity, cash only represented about 30% of all payments in 2017. And to add on to that, 68.7% of U.S. households had a credit card in 2017 versus 63.8% in 2015. Most businesses within the United States, business owners have responded accordingly to these new trends. I mean, heck, even food trucks accept debit credit cards, Google Pay, Cash App, PayPal. Everyone is in the digital payment game. I remember I was walking on Venice Beach, and these guys were, selling CDs. This was last summer, before all this craziness. And he was like, "Yeah, I don't have any cash on me, bro. I can't give you." I was like, I don't mind supporting local artists. He's like, "Hey, we got Cash App, we got PayPal, we got Google Pay." My man was ready. And this is just a guy hustling, well, not hustling, but selling CDs and whatnot. So my man was ready to accept any form of digital payment. When I got a churro out there, the churro cart. He's like, hey, I got debit card, or you got Cash App or PayPal. I'm good. They want your business, and this was 2019. So in 2020, it seems abnormal for any business to not accept any form of digital payment. That's just the world we live in. When I hear that, especially nowadays, if I hear that you only accept cash or checks, you're going to lose a lot of business within the next 5 to 10 years. Just my personal opinion. Okay. Now, with that being said, since a lot of these businesses have been responding, via, with the digital platforms and things of that nature, which is smart, because of digital platforms such as the ones I just mentioned earlier. It makes it easier for new businesses to operate. And that's the thing, a lot of new businesses, because you're having much more mobile businesses out there, from mobile barbers, mobile beauticians, and they're not new, but they're just going to increase because they have to get paid in this sort of economy, that we're in right now, at the stay-at-home economy. So things shut down again. You as a barber, as a beautician, as a person who does nails and whatnot, you're going to have to get mobile. Either have people come to your house or vice versa, if you want to continuously make your money. And it would be in your best interest as a business owner to have a digital system so that you can keep up with the dollars that you're not only getting, but the dollars that you're actually spending. And then when tax season comes around, these beautiful online platforms actually can generate the report for you, make it easier. So when you take it to your CPA, you can see what's deductible and what's not. You know what I mean? But that's just my personal opinion on that one, because I'm not the CPA, but hey, that's what I do. This just makes sense with, cash being eliminated entirely. It will increase operating efficiency, reduce wait times for customers, because most customers nowadays are in and out procedure. I know I am. And create a safer work environment by mitigating the risk of theft. Because one thing is for sure, if you go to any store, certain state laws and local county laws require, if you have X amount of dollars, say if you have $50,000, then you can't go over that specific limit and whatnot, and you have to make sure that you deposit that money to a bank. Or a lot of times they have institutions such as Brinks, Dunbar. They secure people's money for a fee, obviously, and they take them to a specific location and whatnot. But and I think in the future, a lot of those institutions might not even be around. They might have to start securing other aspects of things. I can see those institutions really working out more for the marijuana businesses, because banking institutions aren't allowed to have money within from marijuana organizations, because they're insured by federal entities. So I could see more companies like them making more money off of the marijuana institutions in the states where marijuana is legal and whatnot. But anyways, I don't indulge, so I wouldn't know. But I know the business aspect of it is very interesting to me. But anyways, and also with COVID-19 environment, it allows for curbside pickups and more deliveries because of digital online payments. Businesses like Amazon Go stores has the most high-profile example of a cashless society. I mean, let's be real. I mean, especially since, they use computer version technology instead of cashiers. There's no cashiers in these stores. There's people in the stores minding it to make sure that everything is right and nobody's stealing, but, there's no cashiers. This is the wave of the future. It is what it is. And the thing is, this technology records what customers select and then automatically charges their cards. You know what I mean? So another big reason why there has been a behavior shift in consumer spending is because credit card companies give consumers incentives to utilize their services. That's another thing you got to remember. Those incentives could include cashback rewards. I love those. Airline miles. I really love those. More consumers want to get more of a bang for your buck, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. You're supposed to look at money as two ways. Money, you're supposed to survive off of it. And then two, it's supposed to be like a soldier, and you're the general of your own money. And you're supposed to put your soldiers out there to battle so you can win and conquer and whatnot. And you can do that by buying assets, saving, and go from there, and teaming up with people and making money moves from various other aspects and various other categories and whatnot. But that's how money's supposed to be looked at. You're the general, you're the CEO of your own house, of your own life. So you, whatever little or how much, a lot of money you have, the idea of money is you're supposed to put it to work and whatnot, not just let it sit in a bank account and not just spend it on the necessities. Necessities come first, put it in the savings account, and then whatever you can. I don't care if you only invest in $20 a month. That's how I started out. Invest. But that's just my personal opinion on that one. I could go off on a tangent about that all day. Okay, but that's just the society we live in, and a lot of credit card companies, they like, hey, we know what makes people want to swipe this card. We got to give them something back, and that's how it's supposed to work for you. You're supposed to get something back, not just supposed to get a service and whatnot. But that's the mindset of a lot more people nowadays, But anyways, with that being said, the article stated that the signal that a less cash society is emerging and that an entirely cashless society is unlikely anytime soon, especially when 70% of Americans still report using cash on a weekly basis. But 50 to 60 or 70% cashless is certainly conceivable, and we are already there in a number of markets around the country. The consensus is that the tipping point will come as younger tech-savvy generations integrate their own digital payment habits into their own businesses in the future. I mean, great example. I myself rarely, if ever, have any cash on me, and I keep it that way. And I'm 37 years old. I can imagine somebody in their late teens, early to mid 20s, they definitely not utilizing cash at all. So as within the next 10, give it another 10 to 20 years, I think cash will stockpile in various areas, but it's just going to be very rare to see it on anybody's person. But that's just my personal opinion on that. Anyways, and with the confidence of consumers dining out or going out to purchase items is going down, it's definitely in every business's best interest to adapt to the digital payment system. Because one thing I can say for sure, I read an article talking about going out, staying in is the new going out, and I think it's going to be like that for a long, long time, because even before COVID-19, it was way overpriced to go out anywhere decent in the United States of America. Well, I won't say in the U.S., but I will say in like metropolitan areas like New York, the DMV area, LA, Miami, very overpriced to go out to a nice facility and whatnot, but definitely worth it. But I think with more of Uber Eats and DoorDash and Grubhub continuously growing and expanding with other restaurant chains, whether big chains or mom and pop facilities, I just see staying in being, and with the virus out there, I just see staying in being the new going out. I can definitely agree with that. And it's going to cost less to do so. And hey, you pay enough money to reside at your place, whether you own it or rent it, so you might as well enjoy it every now and then. I guess like my mother said, we're getting back to the way life was in the 60s and 70s when people stayed at home more than they went out. So going out was definitely a treat, not the norm. So with that being said, hey, we'll see what happens. And as always, if you're interested in joining the Care Bars International family, you can buy gold and save it. You refer other people. They do the same thing. You can make money off of their dual out payments and whatnot. And as you grow your team, they can grow their teams. It's an option if you want to. If not, it's all good. Any negative comments, you will be banned. I don't engage with people on the internet from a negative perspective. Why? Because I'm a grown man and I got better things to do. Anyways, on that note, always remember, you can't get fired if you own a company. And I will see you guys later. Please do the free things of liking, sharing, and subscribing. And also don't forget to check out the online store. I sell various products and whatnot, from face masks to temperature engagers and clothes and things of that nature. All right, so take care and have a great day.